Hey guys, Hanks for Fun here, and it's 3-Minute Thursday where you ask the questions of me and I get 3 minutes or less to answer. Today's topic is, what's your favorite cooking kit and why? Well, that's a great question. Let me see if I can answer it in 3 minutes or less. Come on, let's go. So first of all, answering the question, what is your favorite cooking kit, is in itself difficult because depending on the situations, you may have different kits. So let me cover real quick what I would consider, at least for the areas where I hike in, the different types of things to consider for my cooking kits. Renewable source of energy to cook with, the type of cooking I'm going to be doing, how many people will be with me. So I've got a couple different sets here that I bring. Starting on the far left, we have what I would bring with multiple people. It's heavy, but it's got a much stronger flame on it, and it's got a larger pot. We'll go ahead and weigh each of these as we go. So that one's 1 pound, 15.5 ounces, or 892 grams. I mean, it's got a windscreen, a little frying pan. It's got the snow peak with an igniter. And of course, I always do these little hot lips. And it's got the full size 8 ounce. I also always use legs to stabilize. This is the Optimus Terra, and it's got a heat exchanger on the bottom, so it boils much quicker. You see that? So again, I would use this setup usually for 2 or more people. Next up, we have, this is 1 pound, 2.7 ounces, 530 grams. This one is my new favorite. It as well has a little frying pan, but this is all titanium. This is the Snow Peak 900 mil pot. These little barbecue sheets can take up to 500 degrees, can take direct flame for non-stick surfaces when I need it. But this is a Bush Buddy-like type stove. It's a little solo stove. And the reason I like it, this guy has a renewable fuel source. Any combustible item you can use in the woods, twigs, leaves, what have you. He does a good job of keeping the wind out. But the main thing is, I'm not having to carry a fuel source. However, this little guy is great. This is made by a company named Trangia, and it lets you run alcohol very efficiently, and of course it'll work inside of here. I can quickly get my water boiling with alcohol. Now I will say, where I might not use this one is sometimes there's fire bans and they won't allow alcohol or wood burning, but they might allow the propane type. Next up is this one. 1 pound, 0.4 ounce, 466 grams. Again, I like to use the feet to stabilize. And I made this one from one of Shug's videos on pot cozy. Now this is also a Snow Peak titanium pot, but it's the 700. Now this one, the 3.9 ounce, I'm using the BRS titanium stove. Great for solo use. You can almost always use this. Now we've got this titanium and alcohol option. And that's 3.7 ounces, 104 grams. This, no matter what option I've got, this is in my backup. And that's just basically a 2 ounces of alcohol and a little titanium stove. Then we come to this. This is a little Bush Buddy grill. 4.8 ounces, 134 grams. And that's with the stuff sack and 2 little of those barbecue sheets. And again, they go up to 500 degrees. So this is a really good way to not have to bring a little nonstick frying pan. Now, if you do like eggs, I would highly recommend using one of those ball canning jar lids, just the rim part, not the top. You could put that right on here and crack your egg in here. Yeah, it's a nonstick surface. I like this stuff. I buy a box of this at a time from Amazon, and then I cut it. You can cut it to size. One thing I'll note is if I'm doing pure bushcrafting, I'll bring just this option right here, and I might not even bring these. I might just bring this. If I had a preference to answer the original question, it's this solo stove option with alcohol backup and this grill. It gives me a lot of options for a little bit of weight. So here are all the cooking kits all set up, and you can see this is definitely a stouter setup. Mainly, it just boils much quicker. However, I've been leaning more towards this setup when I'm allowed to use this kind of fuel source. I mean, I love the backup option with that Trangia alcohol option. For the longest time, this was my go-to for single use. Right now, it's the grill with these things. If you have any other questions on this stuff, let me know. If you need any of the specs of any of these items, I can go ahead and post that in the description. Hangs for Fun, signing off. Remember, hang your own hang, and as always, happy hanging.
As I was going over that fair Carry Mountain, I met with Captain Farrell and his money he was counting. I first produced my pistol and then produced my rapier. Said stand and deliver, for I am a bold deceiver. Bushering dum-a-doo dum-a-da. Whack for the daddy-o, whack for the daddy-o. There's whiskey in the jar. I counted out me money and it made a pretty penny. I put it in me pocket and...
That's it. I ain't got no more.